checks. Yes. Diamonds on my neck. I like boarding jets. I like more than sex. But nothing in this world that I like more than checks.
What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, hi, my name is Shay. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, what are you doing? Subscribe to my channel. Today I'm gonna be doing a video on my labor and delivery store, however you say it. But anyway, okay, so and if y'all hear noise in the background, it's the baby and the air conditioner or whatever, cause it be hot. Y'all know the summertime, it be so hot. So like, yeah. But anyway, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Please, I want y'all to comment at the bottom what do y'all want to see, because like I don't be knowing what to post. Like I just want y'all to let me know what y'all I know y'all see her in the background. What do y'all want to see? Like I just want to know. I want to know what do y'all want to see, because I don't be knowing what to post. Like for real. So make sure y'all comment down below what y'all want to see. But anyway, okay, so it was December 5th. Early in the morning, I started going in labor, but it wasn't like real bad labor pains. It was just minor, like real minor. So, and then I felt my stomach getting tight or whatever. Cause I woke up that morning and I felt the pain, but it didn't hurt real bad. So I was telling my boyfriend mom, I was like, I think I'm going in labor because I feel pain. And she was like, is your stomach getting tight? I was like, yeah, it getting tight a little bit. But I thought I wasn't going to go in labor no time soon. I was thinking she wasn't even going to come on the day that she was supposed to be born or none of that stuff. So later on in the day, it started getting worse. So I was like, I told my boyfriend this the time all the kids was he was going to get the kids out of school or whatever, his brothers, sisters and his nephew and his niece. He was going to get them out of school, and when he came in the house, I was like, it hurt real bad. So we went to the hospital. It was like 10 something at night, yo. We left to go to the hospital. So we got to the hospital or whatever. The hospital that was close to us, but since it wasn't like a hospital where you go and have your baby and stuff, they sent us to a regular hospital, to where you do go and have the baby and stuff. So we got to that hospital. Just so y'all know, I live in Philadelphia, so the hospital they sent me to, it was called Pennsylvania Hospital, I think it was called. So we got there, and they put me in a little waiting room where they check the baby heart. They put the monitor on my stomach to make sure the baby is okay, and check and a couple minutes. I had to wait a while for the doctor to come in, since it was so late and there wasn't no doctor. So the doctor came in. It was a male doctor. He came in and checked me. He said I was 3 centimeters. And he said that wasn't enough to make me stay, so he told me to go home that same night. And that's when the pain got even worse, guys. Like it got even worse. Like I could say it's worse than cramp pains. Like that's how bad it hurt. Like it worse than cramp pains. So he sent me home that night. We didn't get home till, you might as well say, the next morning, because it was basically almost the next morning, and I couldn't even sleep, guys. Like he put medicine in for me to get so I could sleep, and I still couldn't sleep. Like I was just so tired, so I couldn't sleep. I kept waking up because of the pain was hurting me. And then the next day, I was just so much in pain. That's when I noticed when I went to the bathroom, my mucus plug was coming out. Like, every time I go to the bathroom, I wipe myself, I see it coming out. So I was just still going in so much pain. I was in so much pain still. I still couldn't sleep. I sat in a tub to see what the pain loosened up some. That didn't work. Like I sat in like warm water. It worked for a little bit, but then it just stopped. So I was just like, forget it. So we went to the hospital. Later on that day. It was the It was the same day, the 5th. It was the same day because I think I messed up. I think I was going in labor on the 4th. Okay. I was going in labor on the 4th and go ahead. I was going in labor on the 4th. I'm sorry. And that's when the doctor had sent me home because basically it was the next day. It was the 5th. We got back in the house the next day or whatever. And that's when I was telling y'all how I was just going through all this pain. So later on that day, we went to the hospital where I wanted to have my baby at. And before we went to the hospital, me and him went to Wawa's to got something to eat. And my boyfriend, me and him went to Wawa's to get something to eat. And after we got something to eat, I was like, all right, come on, let's walk around for a little bit more so I could dilate even more. Since when I left the other hospital, I was only 3 centimeters. So after that, I was like, all right, come on, we gotta go to the hospital because the pain started getting worse. So I went to the hospital. I was basically telling them, I think I'm going in labor, and they sent me to the back to where you go and have your baby at. So I was sitting in a waiting room, and I was just going through all these pains. I'm just like, I couldn't even sit through it, guys. Like, I really couldn't. I was just in so much pain. I couldn't sit through it. But I just sat there, and then they finally had called me to the back. They put the monitor on my stomach for the baby heartbeat, make sure everything is fine with her. And I'm sorry, I put the baby on the floor, and I keep looking back because she just got quiet. And they came back and they said that I was really dehydrated. So they had to hook me up to the I don't know what it's called, but it's like hook me up to this thing they put in my arm. So when I say that I was so dehydrated, that whole bag was gone in seconds, you might as well say. And so they gave me another one. They was like, yeah, you was very dehydrated. Then after that, like a couple minutes later, they had checked me and they said I was 5 centimeters. I was like, wow, I guess it was from that walking because I don't know. I was 5 centimeters, guys. So after that, they had sent me to my room where I'll be having my baby. Like, I was just going through. The pain got worse and worse, and like it felt like every centimeter you got to, the pain get even worse. So I had to wait to get the epidural, and it was like, if the epidural don't work, then we'll try it again. Now this what happened, guys. The epidural was working at first, and then it just stopped, and the pain was just hurting really bad. And I called for the nurse. I'm like, the epidural not working. It's not working. Guess what happened, y'all? The epidural was going in my skin. They didn't even put it in right. It was going in my skin. So I'm like, that's why it's not working. So they had to take it out of me. And I had to wait for another one. Like, I had to wait for a while for another one. Like, it really was hurting. And they checked me again. I didn't go up no more centimeters. I stayed at 5 centimeters. and they had to give me something so I could dilate more. I forgot what they gave me. I don't know if they put something up there to make me dilate. Yeah, they put something up my vagina to make me dilate even more. And it didn't have to break my water because my water broke on its own while it was in there. Because every time the nurse would fill up there, she was like, "Oh, your water about to break." And then by her putting her fingers up there, it just broke. So after my water broke, I just lay there. They gave me another epidural, and I was going through so much pain. Every time the nurse came in there, they was talking to me, but I just started making noise, screaming because it was hurting. And then like I was so tired, I just kept falling asleep on them. And they was all asking my boyfriend, they was all asking like, is she normally like this? He was like, she didn't get no sleep, it's the pain. It was like, okay. So after they gave me that epidural, they told me they let me get some rest. And by the next morning, you guys, like early in the morning, I think it was like 6 something on the 6th, on December 6th. It was like 6 something or 7 something, I think. I was 10 centimeters ready to push. So it didn't even take me long to push, guys. It was just like 3 minutes to the max. That's how fast it was. They was like, I did so good. She came out so beautiful, so light. I was just so happy to see her. But yeah, guys, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, hit that like button. Remember to comment down what y'all would like to see on my channel. And if you are new to my channel, subscribe. And comment down below what do y'all want to see. But thanks for watching. Bye.